Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be using some of this Crete powder, like a eco casting powder, to create an advent calendar with a template that I found, a mold that I found on Temu. So if you'd like to see what this looks like, make sure you stick around and watch the video. To create the resin Crete, I need 300 grams of powder. So I'm just going to tear that with the cup on top and very carefully measure out 300 grams into the cup. This powder will set in about 30 minutes. It's amazing, and it's 3 parts powder to 1 part water. There we go. So that's 300 grams of the powder. And it should fill this mold, and if it goes over, and this little star as well that goes with that, I do have some other molds off to the side, so I can use those and not waste it. So it does heat up a little bit as it gets going, but let's get the 100 grams of water into it. Oops, 101, but that's all right. You see it bubbling there. So I'm just going to give this a really good mix. Should get really quite runny. You do have a little bit of working time. Actually, I'm not sure what it says for working time. Let's have a look. Let's see. It says use a flat ruler shaped mixing stick, mix well, scraping around the sides well. Oh, you've got 10 minutes of working time. So I'm not using a ruler shaped mixing, I'm using a spoon, so hopefully that shouldn't be an issue. You can see that as you mix, it really starts to get very watery, which is great. This is exactly what I want it to be looking like. It's very runny, very watery. Make sure it's very mixed up very well. Okay, and then once it's mixed up and it's got that really creamy thick consistency, then you can start putting it into your mold. So here we go. All the way up to the top of it there, maybe just a little bit more. Wonderful. And then I've got this little star to do as well. Oops, got a little bit over on that one. And while I'm here, I'm going to try out this poinsettia as well. Now I might need to just, oops, I think I just fixed it. Hopefully I'll be able to scrape that off. That's better. And I'm still going to have more, so I might just put in the S and U. I think that is the last little bit that I'm going to get in there. And then you just want to lightly tap your molds, take out any of those air bubbles on those as well. And you need to leave it then, once you've got the powder. So you can see that this comes in a bag, it's a kilo bag, and you're using 300 grams. So you get 3 rounds each time, which is pretty good. And it says to leave it, you leave it for, it's got working time of 10 minutes, demold in 30 minutes, full cure is 2 hours, ratio 3:1. So you do get quite a little bit of stuff or some molds there for the 1 packet. So I reckon I could go this again if I wanted to and use it for other things as well. But I'm going to let this sit here for a good 30 minutes and let it just cure and then we can demold and we can see what it looks like. I'm actually really interested to see what it's going to be like on this softer mold, so hopefully it's going to be okay. And I might just mop up some of this spill that I had on my desk while I'm waiting. So I'll check back with you in about 30 minutes. It has been 30 minutes and it says that you can demold. So let's have a look. I was a bit sneaky and I did do this one first. So this was the one I was a bit unsure about because the mold is still really sticky itself, but I did pop it out and it did an amazing job of creating this little poinsettia flower. So I'm just going to set that to the side. I'm not going to work with it or paint it or do anything to it right now because it still needs to cure a little bit more. The little star, so you just pull very gently at the sides and pop it out. Now this little star is what goes with the Advent calendar that's down below, and I'll show you how that works in a second. So again, a very good result. The bits left over on your molds is fairly easy to get rid of. The letters themselves, will be a little bit more interesting, I think, when you do have something that's a little bit more delicate like that, but that worked really well. So we have the A. Now the bigger ones, just tease this one out a little bit. I think it will be fine. So let's just see if we can fold this one out without wrecking it. I'm just going to fold the mold down and see if I can get. All right. Hey, this looks amazing. All right. Very gently. There we go, looking good. Now I like this mold in particular, and this one came from Temu as well, but I really liked it because it allowed the dish itself is shallow, so you'll be able to put things in there. It has all the numbers around the outside, which I'm hoping I might be able to use a little bit of metallic to wash that over and brighten those up. But the whole idea of this advent calendar, and I'll be very gentle because it's still sitting, but your little star sits there and you roll the star around it depending on what day it is on the calendar. And that's how you do the advent. So you can have this turning on your table and have the star rotating around. So it's a pretty cool one to do. I'm going to let this one sit now and fully cure, and we'll come back in another video and I'll show you how I decorate this up and how I might even use the letters. But thank you for sticking around and watching the video and seeing what this Solidcrete Eco Casting Powder looks like. I'll put a link to the site that I get it from, which is Solid Solutions, down in the description. I found that these guys were really quick here in Australia to get it out to me, and I haven't had any problems with this product at all, and I've been using it quite a bit. So I highly recommend that, and I highly recommend yourself getting obsessed with some of these silicone molds because, gee, you can make some really beautiful things with it. So I'm looking forward to coming back and working with this as a project. So I will catch you in the next video.